As you cross, there are plenty of people passing by, what seem to be different families, maybe travelers, a merchant with a cart. You even see a halfling sort of wielding a cart under his own weight as he's just picking up the handles and sort of running with it behind him. As you make your way to the end of the bridge, you see that it's almost like a marketplace, pretty much trying to draw in the general crowd that is coming into the city. People yelling, you can smell fresh food wafting on the winds and whatnot, this being mid-afternoon at this point. People yelling, hey, come get your food here, fresh meats, fetch vegetables. Finest tailor in town, come get your clothes here. We've got formal gear, we've got your fancy travel gear. Look at this fresh silk, all the way from the elven kingdoms in the east.
Oh, I don't have any gold. Shit. Oh, I'm
gonna look around. I'm gonna try and find like, is it like a jewelry stand or something?
Yeah.
That sells like jewelry.
There is in fact one, though shady in nature. As you see it and begin to approach it, sort of looking at it, staying afar, a very shady individual who seems to be hunked over his wares, more or less counting his coins and not even really adverting that he's selling or buying anything. But you do see that he has a ton of trinkets and knickknacks on the counter that he seems to be weighing with a scale and checking with a little magnifying glass to his eye.
Can I see if he has like any form of like earrings or anything like that?
Any form of what?
Earrings.
You mean for sale?
Yeah.
There seems to be a little bit of everything, from necklaces to earrings to rings to random gems as well. Though these gems don't seem to be cut at all, but he does have gems.
I'm gonna approach this guy. I'm gonna say, good day there, sir. I was wondering about your wares. I was wondering if they're for sale.
It depends. What are you looking for?
Well, a little gift for someone.
As this person now interrupted from his work is now looking up at you, you see a dirty-faced individual, a human, with very light, almost gray hair, look up at you. It looks like he only has one good eye, as the other one seems to be glassed over. For your lady friend, huh? Is she in town or far away?
That's more of my business. I'll just be looking at.
I was merely asking because you don't. If she's in Baldur's Gate, you're not gonna want something that's from around Baldur's Gate. You know, it's just like, I went to the random shop and picked you up this. It's too obvious, is what I'm getting at. So that's why I was asking. But anyways, go ahead and take a look. And he just gestures to a bunch of necklaces and rings and whatnot in front of him. And tell me what you like. I have silvers here and I have gold right here.
Alright. I want to take a look at some of the necklaces. Like, can you describe them, how like some of them look?
It depends on what sort of necklace you're looking for. I can better describe it for you. You're looking for something that looks elegant or something that could hold meaning?
A little bit of both. If that's
It's going to be harder, but I made the rule for you. Unless you're changing your mind, what?
Let's go with elegant.
Elegant it is. Alright, so, as you look at his tables, your compatriots sort of back in the crowd, sort of watching you from a distance, you look over and you begin to look through some of the jewelry. You're looking for more of an elegant taste. You see it. A silver necklace that almost looks elven in nature, with a weird sort of trinket dangling off this chain. You see that it looks almost like two serpents sort of intertwining with each other and ultimately coming up to a point holding what looks to be a little bit of emerald in their mouths.
I go, hey, shopkeep. How much is this piece?
Well, that one, I'd say that's roughly 40 gold pieces.
40 gold, you say? Oh, well. Does it have any special properties or anything like that? Because that sounds like a very expensive price.
It's pure silver, and it's worth its weight in silver, plus craftsmanship fees, of course. Why? What do you think it's worth? And you see his eyebrow from his bad eye sort of rise as he stares at you.
Oh, I would say maybe 35.
Roll persuasion.
It's not too bad. Doot. Persuasive assassin.
Chat. Okay.
I'll aid as well because I realized that he said it's worth its weight in silver, and he's asking gold
Well,
for it.
I'm doing this like kind of away from the group.
Oh, okay.
Like,
As you bartered with him, you're able to talk him down to 30, and ultimately he grumbles a little bit. Oh, fine, and just put it on the table, and the necklace is yours.
yes, all right. Yeah, I put down 30 gold pieces.
As you do, he goes back to his work at this point, but he does reach over and he starts counting with his fingers more than actually looking at the coins. You know, like a chip stacker.
Go up. Thank you. So, very
No
nice.
business. Sorry. Pleasure. Please return whenever you wish to look for more jewelry, or if you wish to sell anything.
I don't sell anything. Well,
I don't know why, but the soundbar is so loud for me.
I may have something that I might want to get rid of.
Well, get rid of and sell are two different things. I don't wish to buy trash, if that's what you're implying. And he pulls away from his work again to look up at you.
I mean sell. However, I don't know the price of it. I saw it on my travels and thought it was a pretty good little knickknack, but I don't really have much use of it. And I show him the thing that I found.
The cogwheel necklace.
Yeah.
So as you put it down on the table for him to inspect, he pulls it over, grabs his little eyepiece, and begins looking at it. It's very ruined, very tarnished, though it has a history to it, for sure. How much are you looking to make? As he looks up at you.
How much do you think it's worth?
Oh, I don't make offers.
I don't know. Maybe roughly 20 gold, maybe less.
He gives a huff and just pushes the necklace back towards you. No, thank you.
All right. Worth a shot, I guess. Anyways, seeing you.
I didn't even know Sherman came in here. Welcome, Sherman.
Greatens.
You're in Baldur's Gate if you didn't already figure that out.
Yeah, I'm Cousin Sherman's guessing every single alleyway. He's looking around paranoid.
I'll go to the fruit stand.
I just put the necklace, the one that I tried to sell him, back into my bag, and I'm going to take the necklace I have, the necklace I bought, and put it into the bag as well.
So for me, just go ahead and make an intelligence check at this point, because it seems like everybody's going to want to do something here. Wolven.
Sure.
What'd you get? Nice. I'm smart. So as you're going from stand to stand, there's something off about all of this, but you can't quite put your finger on it. As you go to the nearest vendor, this lovely old lady begins to sort of offer fruits at you. I've got apples here by the bushel, if you're looking. Cheaper that way. Or I've got, I think we had pears come in. Yeah, here they are, right here. Right in front of me. I'm so blind.
Oh, I take a look at them. How do they look?
I mean, just think of like a farmer picking apples and putting it in a bucket. That's what you got here.
They look
Take one
delicious,
out.
however.
If it's dented, you just put it down and grab another one.
I take a look over it and I say, "Oh, they look delicious, but I was hoping for some grapes. My apologies."
Grapes are out of season.
Yeah, that's the sad news.
Right. Anyways, have a good one.
I will.
Welcome to Baldur's Gate, by the way.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
a little old grandma.
Oh, that's nice. How are the children?
Shut up. Anyways, does anybody else want to do something here?
I want to like ask around for like brief, really dumb description of like my two sisters.
So you're asking random people the descriptions of your two
Yeah, I'm
sisters?
trying to see if they've seen her at all right now.
As you ask a couple people, most shake their head like very confused or tell you that that's really vague. They sound like anybody you could really run up to. However, as you ask an elf couple, they look at you and go, well, yes, I know those people exactly. Though not by name. You can find them over in the tavern. I believe, what was it called there? It's the Elf Song Tavern. You're always so forgetful. I don't mean to be. I think it's the alcohol sometimes. Anyways, we're just heading out of town. Very nice to meet you, whoever you are. But you'll probably find them there. And they give a little
thank you very much. That was super helpful. Thank you. I guess I'll be bolting towards that tavern then.
I'll follow.
As I finish putting the necklace away into my bag, I see Sherman run, and I chase after him with the rest of the group.
Oh, jeez. God, dude, that's so rude.
All right. So everyone's chasing after I take it, or are we splitting the party?
I'm heading to the library.
So wherever Wilvin is going, Amora seems to be very displeased at this point, but still follows you.
What's wrong?
She just gestures towards your sword.
We'll go see the cleric in a bit. I gotta follow Sherman.
You hear her give like a pretty much a very death tone sounding sigh as she follows you.
Alright, next. Alright? You're next. I promise.
With that, you begin to push your way through people. Mind you, this road leading around the mountain is very thin. It was not a very well-designed sort of corridor into the city itself, but you again approach another gate leading to the city itself. This one is open, and it just seems that there's two guards here that are meant to prevent stealing. More or less, they're just like a patrol almost, so they don't stop you and question you like the other guards did. You simply go by them with Sherman sort of in a panic, sort of almost near rush, sort of run at this point, goes in there. Do you know where the Elf Song Tavern is, Cousin Sherman?
Nope.
Sherman,
Or didn't they point me towards it at all, the two of them?
They gestured towards the other side of the mountain that you were on.
That's basically where I'm going.
Okay.
Well,
that is the city of Waldergate itself.
Yeah.
So
I just run up and I just try and stop Sherman trying to run.
Okay. Well, what are you stopping me here for? What's going on?
I'm just wondering, where are you going? You just seem to have asked somebody a question and then went bolting.
Oh, I'm going to the tavern, the Elven Song Tavern. I gotta go there, like immediately.
Do you even know where it is, Sherman? You said.
Well, she gestured over here. She gestured over there, so I think it's over there.
Maybe we should ask someone where it is before we start running in a random direction.
You know
We
what?
are in a city.
He gestured toward the east gate, left side.
We are in a city. It's a very dangerous place. I would know.
Oh, you're telling me.
It is not like the forest, where very, very peaceful. Although sometimes it can be dangerous as well. This places like this, you run down the wrong alley, you might find a dagger in your back.
I like to see him stick a dagger in a giant elk's back. That's gonna be difficult.
I'm just saying.
I'm looking around for people to ask.
I'm just saying.
the guards seem bored enough if you would really wish to ask somebody for directions.
Yeah,
Running right up to the guard.
As you do, he looks towards you. Yes, are these people bothering you? And they sort of like pick up their pike and slam it on the ground and to be intimidating, looking towards your other friends.
All right, well, I don't care about them. Where's the Elven Song Tavern?
Do you mean the Elf Song Tavern?
That one. I like that. Where's that?
Just inside the gate, right here. Go in, take a right over to Worm's Crossing. You can't miss it. It's got a beautiful sign.
Thank you very much. I bolt off.
All right.
As I see him bolt off, I go, where is Milo?
Oh shit! Was no one keeping an eye on him?
He mentioned the library.
I guess I'll go
Maybe,
there.
yeah, maybe I should have gone more.
Anything, but just kind of wandered off on my own.
Well, you're not disguised yet, man.
Yeah.
You gave me a gold piece, and
So, from what I heard, is the party got split. It's Brajira by himself.
Yep.
Yeah. He's gonna get mugged. Oh no.
Heading towards the library.
I'm gonna go and try and find Milo.
So you're also splitting away then.
I don't want Milo to be fucking jumped in an alleyway.
So I just, for my clarification with these player cards now, I have Milo over here. Siligon's chasing after. Is anybody else going after? Going once, going twice. 42 it is. All right.
Before I go, I just as I'm running backwards, I just like point direction of Wolven to go. Make sure Sherman and Lindley and Alamir don't cause any trouble, alright?
Oh, you think they're going to cause more trouble than I am now? That's good to know. Good. I'm happy you improved on this.
I then go, I was talking to Amora as I was actually pointing to her. I said in your direction. I never said you.
I
never said you.
Her eyes go a little bit wide as you direct her, and she just looks over at Wilvin and then back at you.
So you're in charge now.
I'm like walking backwards. I'm saying this, and then I finish. I just flip.
She just waves.
She waves to me.
Yep. Like bye.
Oh. I was like, wait. She waving like, hey, come back here.
No, just the bye. Side shaking hand wave. With that, we'll go to the party that is currently going for the Elf Song Tavern. I believe Sherman would be in the lead on this one. So Sherman, as you round the corner where the guard pointed in your haste, you see this beautiful elven wooden sign just right above in the corner. And you do see another sign that says Worms Crossing, the street corner that you're at. Though the one that really catches your eye is the Elf Song Tavern. And it has beautiful, almost an unused instrument sort of hanging below the sign as well. It looks like some sort of a wind instrument, a trumpet maybe. It's brass in color. It seems to be polished probably every day from this looks. It's not tarnished or anything. But the sign itself reads Elf Song Tavern. And very delicate, almost if somebody was trying to write it in Elvish, but it clearly isn't common. It's got that like finesse of elven touch to it.
That's good, that's good. So I'll run up over to it and look at it, just gonna stare like, finally this is it. And I'll wait for everyone to catch up.
As you get to the door, you can see very big windows with cross wood little supports. And as you look into the window, you see that there are plenty of people here. It seems to be one of the more popular taverns you've seen in quite a long while. You actually can hear bards playing instruments and whatnot, seeing a little stage. You see people dressed in armor, clearly adventurers that seem to have come back from their adventures or about to head on their adventures with stories to tell and drinks to buy. With that, everybody else seems to catch up to you, with Amora last in tow. Sort of curiously looks at everybody, wondering what the fuck is going on.
So who's with me right now?
Currently, your group is Cousin Sherman, Moomley, Methador, and Wilvin, and Amora.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk right in to the tavern, extremely like paranoid, looking around at everyone, trying to stay away from him.
Okay, before you did that, somebody else was talking? He didn't answer. Instead, he burst through the doors. And you can now hear this sort of uplifting music and whatnot, and people clapping, like almost like it's a drinking game per se, just people having a merry time. And like you see Sherman, and you sort of, and you see Sherman just push through the crowd as if looking for something. Going once. Going twice.
I'm gonna go find me a table.
All right. As you do this, you only see like half a table that's open, whereas almost every other seat in this place is filled with people having drinks and whatnot. Though, as you enter and look for this table, people do sort of see your friends. Maybe not you because you're a gnome and too short, but they gesture them over, saying, "Yeah, we've got seats right here."
I'll stand by the door to the left of it, kind of just lean against the doorpost.
All right.
Wait. What do these people look like?
As I said earlier, like adventurers about to either go on their adventures or they just came and are looking to spend coin and have drink and sort of share stories. A good sort of vibe to it.
Thank you, but maybe later. I'm kind of in the mood, in the middle of something. Thank you, though.
I'm gonna jump up onto their table and start talking to them. Well, how's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good. We're about to head out to fight some trolls. Ain't that right, Biggins?
Ah, trolls, you say, hmm?
Ah, yes. They run rapids south of here.
My company just took out like 8 of them up at Boy Scare Bridge.
8? Who? I'm sorry. Where are my manners? My name is Winslow.
Ah, mine is Moomley. It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. So tell me your story. Let me buy you some drinks. Actually,
thank
you
you,
see he
thank
looks
you.
around.
I'm going to signal
Unable
to
to-
Alamir and the others to come on over.
He looks around for the barmaid, which is clearly nowhere in sight at this point, as this tavern is clearly overbooked. He's, we'll grab her when she comes by.
No rush, no rush. So, how long you been at Baldur's Gate?
I've been traveling for a good long while, but been here for the last few months. Just good contracts around here. There is.
Ah.
What about you? What brings you here?
We've got some questions. Do you happen to know of anybody who's an expert in advanced arcana?
Oh, you'll find mages here all over the place. There's, in fact, mage towers. In fact, there's one named after the Bloodmire Manor.
Oh, okay.
Very strong magical family, that is. Most of their great-granddaughters from their old elder mages are actually adventurers, just like myself. He gestures and sort of puffs out his chest.
What about some clerics?
Who are you, friend?
I'm friends with this short one, as I put my hand on Moonlight.
This is Wilvin.
Wilvin, nice to meet you. I'm Winslow. Gosh, I can barely hear in here. It's so goddamn loud.
Would you like to step outside?
Easy.
And lose our
easy,
seats?
Easy.
Hell no. Anyways, so what brings you, Sherman? Go ahead and make a perception check for me, by the way. What brings you in here exactly? You said you were had questions. We all have questions, friends.
Oh, don't we all?
Yes. A magical shield we have questions for this person there.
And what do you mean by that?
Something we want to have checked by a magical expert. Yeah.
Sherman, no matter how hastefully or how kind or whatnot courteous you are, you can't seem to find them in this tavern. It almost seems like you were lied to in a sense, or your perception is just that bad.
Well, I'll sadly kind of slink back to the table where they're at.
Where's Amora right now?
Standing
right behind me.
close to Wilvin, but hasn't taken a seat. She looks very uncomfortable, like this is all new to her, and like people like accidentally brush against her, and she just like backs away from them, wide-eyed, defensively.
I put my hand on her shoulder.
She goes to reach almost as if to do like some sort of a takedown, and she realizes it's your hand, and she lets go of your wrist.
I give her a gentle smile.
She gives the fakest smile. She's clearly uncomfortable.
Do you want to come outside?
I'm still by the door. Can I insight check Wilson? Just see if he's like
At disadvantage because you're so far away, and you might not even hear the conversation.
right. Okay. Somebody roll d20 for me +6.
I'll do it. A 5 and an 8. So it's just too many people blocking the way from time to time as they're chanting. You're not even sure he's even saying certain words. You're trying to read lips, and it's like he's talking about a hooker, is what you swear he said.
Sounds good.
Right?
Yes.
With
really
that, again, he asked curiously, well, what do you mean by that? I don't understand.
Talk to me?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have to go. I'll make a deception roll. And then I'll explain what I'm just saying.
Okay. That's a good one.
See, we found a piece of the shield. It's the handle on it, so to speak. And it's in one of our bags. A friend of ours ran off to, I think, the library or something. But in other words, it's an object that seems to have an effect on someone, on their mind at times, and kind of pairs to them.
Well, I mean, I would definitely talk to a cleric about that one, not even a high mage. Mages are good for identifying things, my friend. It's the clerics that are good at removing such ailments from people.
Well, we'd like to identify it first. Do you recommend that the Bloodmare family?
I mean, I suppose, I would give them a try. But if you're looking for, like, removing such an ailment from something, I would recommend heading over to, I believe, what was the temple called? I believe it was called the Watchful Shield. I would head there. It's in the upper city. You can't miss it, just east of Black Dragon's Gate.
Well, thank you very much. That's excellent. Good to hear.
Oh, yeah, no problem. You guys are staying for drinks, yes?
Did you see my message?
I saw your message. I don't know if Sherman did.
Okay.
Tell you
Just
what,
making
I'll
sure.
strike up a quick song before we get running.
Well, you gotta wait. They're on stage already. It'd be rude if you were to interrupt them. It's courtesy of
Oh,
bards, so I
God.
hear.
Oh God, I think I know what's coming.
And with that, we are going to rotate to Bajira. I believe it is the Great White. So Siligon and Mr. Milo. So Milo, as you're casually walking, your legs not being nearly as grown as Asimar's. Ultimately, Siligon does catch up to you.
Okay. Oh, Siligon. Oh, I didn't see you there. Where's everybody else? I thought they were right behind me.
Is Great White here? Or is he muted?
Oh, I see the cat's got your tongue. Well, I'm
Siligon!
heading off to the library if you wish to join me.
Oh, he's typing.
Sorry, 1 second.
Give him a
What?
moment here. So you've caught up to Milo.
Oh, okay.
And he said, "Oh, I didn't know you. I didn't see you there. Wait, where's everyone else?" Is what he asked.
Well, as I'm running up to Milo, I just like pat him on the shoulder and go, "Oh, don't run off like that, man. Cities are dangerous."
Oh, yes, I'm quite aware. I've read of the dangers, and you forget I was born here.
Yeah, but you left the entire group.
Well, where is everybody else? I thought they were right behind me.
Oh, they went to some sort of tavern. If you want, we can go back
Tavern?
there.
Which one?
The Elf Song Tavern. Or Elven
Oh.
Song Tavern.
Oh, yes, I suppose that would be a logical stop for them. That is where most of the adventurers who come here end up going. Fascinating place.
Well, if you want, we can just go there. I just thought maybe you shouldn't be by yourself.
Well, I appreciate your concern. If you want, I'm heading towards the library.
Oh, well, someone needs to keep you company. Make sure no thieves or assassins just break out of nowhere. Just check. I guess I'll accompany you. Maybe you can
Well, we
find a
don't
mage.
paint very striking targets. I don't think they would want to rob me. I mean, all I have is books. Nothing of interest to them. I don't have very much gold.
Milo, let me just say right now, you're small, and people
Yes,
think of
I'm
that
small and
as-
quick. I doubt they'll be able to catch me.
No, certain people will look at that and see small and weak and an easy target. So that's why it's better to travel in groups. Trust me on this.
Well, if you insist. But anyway, it's a short walk up to the lower city gate here, and I believe the library should just be right inside towards the upper city.
Does the library have mages? I need to get something identified.
Well,
You know
many
what
of the
it is.
mages do study there. There should also be several mage towers, if I remember correctly.
Alright,
What
yeah.
was the name of that? As he pulls out his journal. My master Stormwood told me to seek advice from one of the mages here, and I forgot his name. As I peer through my book and look for that person.
Do you want me to give you a random name, or are you pulling it from your actual backstory?
It's up to you, as you've modified my backstory slightly, so.
I have? Wait, what?
Mhm.
I only added on to it. I didn't modify it.
Well, yeah, you added on to it, so I don't know if there was a specific direction you're going for. If not, I can give you a name that I have.
Ferric Longbrand.
Okay. And did I have the location of where he's at?
He is actually in the Hall of Wonder.
Ah, so he's with the city council then.
Not quite.
Okay. Yeah, he, as he points to a scribble in his journal, Ferric Longbrand. I guess I can find him at the Hall of Wonder.
Well, let's take one step at a time. I don't know where that is, but I doubt it's
That's
near a library.
pretty much like the town hall here.
Well, that's more. That's
Is
going
this
to be
your
in the
first
inner
time to
city.
Baldur's Gate?
Well, I never left Waterdeep.
The Hall of Wonders is a temple to a god called Gond.
Mm-hmm.
It's located southwest corner of the upper city. Very hard to miss, as it looks like a museum. And when you enter, it clearly is, of technological marvels, as well as a major temple to the god himself.
Well, that should just stick to one thing at a time. Library first, then mages, then we go to the tavern. See your friends are there. Okay.
Well, I need to go to the library. We have research to do.
I know, that's what I was saying. Go to the library, I'm going to go find some mages. And then when we're done, meet up with our friends.
Okay, sounds good.
That's okay.
All right.
So let's
As
go.
you begin to walk through the city, trying to find the library, which happens to be just through the first gate into the upper city, more of a high terrace, if you will. You see the sign above a building. The sign itself is in the shape of a book, and it says, "The Dusk's Study."
Interesting. As we head in towards the inside, I'm just going to take a look around and see what strikes my eye. Want me to roll?
Well, I mean, there's a difference between what strikes your eye and what you're actually looking for.
I would be looking for anything that would help me in assisting identifying this item.
All right. So you can ask the librarian, who will then aid your check, or you can just roll a natural
What
D20.
item? What item?
The sword, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's. I'm sorry. I'm like a little paranoid. I'm like,
Well, we also want to get
Your
the orb identified, right?
It's mine. It's mine. Don't miss.
Okay, it's everybody's, but we still want to
As,
get the
as
orb.
Milo dies to greet here.
So I gave you your options. Would you like to just roll, or would you like to role play with the librarian?
would you
excuse
like to
me?
roleplay?
As he says, excuse me. So as you enter in this archway of this library, you can see that it's filled with a lot of books, but it looks very disorganized, to say. It seems that those who pull books out don't necessarily return them back into the same spot that they pulled them out from. They seem to leave them on tables, and you see stacks everywhere. And you see a couple of people trying to organize this mess at this point. But you do see that there is somebody behind a counter that seems to be organizing what looks to be a large ledger. As you wave this person down, he looks up at you. This gnome, who clearly is sitting on a couple of books himself, looks over at you. Yes?
I was wondering if you'd be able to point me in the right directions. I'm looking to do some research on a magical sword. Possibly a cursed item, maybe ancient, but I'm not certain.
Oh, that depends. Do you know the origin of the sword? Is it like a legendary item, meaning that it has some sort of a legend behind it? Is it maybe a sickly necromancer was being an asshole and put a curse on something? Like, if you could tell me that, I could probably point you in the right direction.
Let's just say that it has an adverse effect on those who wield it. It seems as if when these people are, severely injured, it takes a hold on them, and they become almost empowered by some otherworldly force.
Right, sounds legendary to me. Hold on here. Now go ahead and roll investigation with advantage as he starts leading you down corridors and corridors of books.
I'm currently just sitting at the entrance, just kicking my finger with a dagger, looking a little bored because I'm not the one that's
No.
Oh my Jesus.
That's your advantage?
Yeah.
So 3 plus what?
That's it. It's a flat.
You don't. Oh my.
You have no intelligence? Oh dear lord.
Wait, hold
so
on. You're a wizard.
No, he's a sork.
I'm a sorcerer.
Oh.
I mean, if you want to let me do Arcana, I could.
No, this is investigation. We're trying to find a book.
It's more of like looking at something and seeing if it's
he's going to make his own roll because I feel pity for you at this point. He rolls a 14, so that's a total of 16. He leads you down a very long corridor of books, and at the end, he points to a section that is clearly marked off with a certain different color to it. It goes, right here is every book about every magical item that's came into existence and has been found in mankind. If your friend's weapon or whatever it is, you said sword, this sword you spoke of, it would be in one of these 300 books.
Well, Silicon, I do believe that we will be spending the better part of the afternoon here.
I go, I'm not a studious type. Hey, dude, you, clerk.
Huh? What?
Do you know of any mages in the area that can get an item identified?
There's plenty. You can't miss them. Any mage tower, just head to it. Tell them that you wish to pay for services, and they will gladly identify the item.
Okay. Which one, in your opinion, is the least sketchiest?
Well, in order to be a mage in the city, you can't be sketchy, my good friend. But they do have a certain reputation to their names, if that is what you're trying to get at. And for some reason, my computer is lagging, so give me a second. All right, there's my notes. All right. So, if you wanted to go with the easiest route, you can go to Bloodmire Manor, or his keep, if you will. And he gestures out the door, and you can see this black tower in the distance. Also over there, we have Alderman's Keep. And then to the south, in the lower district, you have the Silver Keep.
Okay. Your opinion, which one of these mages has the highest honor?
And that would be his Silver Shield, or that'd be the Silver Keep, excuse me. But he's not good at his job.
Okay, so Aldermire it is.
Why don't we just go see my master's friend? Certainly he could identify it.
Did you tell me about your past at all? I'm asking as a player.
I have not told you, no. This would be the first time you're hearing about it.
I go, well, I don't know.
You see, I was supposed to complete my training here anyway, so I mean, that would be the next logical step.
Well, you seem to be preoccupied with your research, as I do in air quotes. I go, I have my own thing. If I don't think I can just go up to your teacher's friends and just be, hey, I'm a friend of Milo, and then be like, oh yeah, let me identify your item for you. I don't think that's how it works. You're gonna have to show them to me. I don't know where they can be.
Well, I mean, I would go with you, obviously, but
Well,
we
you
would
seem
have
to
to
be
have
busy.
the item to identify.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the sword. I'm talking about the other thing.
I'm sorry, I must have forgotten. What other thing?
No, that orb I found.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, and we go back to the tavern with that awkwardness.
Oh, okay.
Where he's just like, what? What orb?
So, I guess I'll just be going to Odenmeyer's.
It depends. We'll talk about that coming back up. So back with everybody else that is in the tavern. Speaking with, I believe his name was Winslow. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Two of you have left the bar, that being Amora and Wilvin. So it is now Methador. How do you say your character's first name so I can stop doing this?
Alamir.
Alamir. Got it. So it's Alamir, Moomley, and Sherman.
Yep, I'm standing by the door, watching. Wait, where did Wilvin go?
He went outside.
Oh.
He's right next to you with Amora.
I'm just going to talk real quick to Winslow.
Yes.
Winslow, just give me 1 second. I have to talk to my ranger friend for a second.
Yo, ranger friend, why doesn't he just come in? One seat left.
He's a ranger, you know the type.
He's
They like
in
to kind of keep
town.
themselves. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run over to Alamir.
All right, you get up. You walk over to Alamir. Push your way through the crowd.
Alamir.
What's up, Moom?
Out of courtesy, I'm gonna stay just a few minutes here, but maybe play a song for everybody or something. It would just be rude if I just kind of ran off real quick for us to go to a Watchful Shield temple. So yeah, just give me a few minutes here, hang out with these folks, and they'll be on our way.
Mind if I wait outside?
That's fine. Keep a watchful eye out for anything weird.
Of course. I'll go outside with Wilvin and Mora.
I'll go back to the table.
I'm sitting at the table awkwardly, like staring back at the guy every once in a while, and like quickly jerk my head over the side, make sure no one's like gonna rob me.
Well, Sherman, as you're still in close proximity, it seems that other people who have come in have already taken the seat that Moomley was just sitting in, and have engaged in conversation with Winslow. It seems pretty much no seat saves are allowed in this bar.
With that, I'm definitely gonna like try to talk to the person who took Moomley's seat. Be like, excuse me, you mind if my friend, that was a seat?
So as you're tapping the back of his shoulder, he hasn't really faced you at all. He turns towards you, and you see these tusks protruding from his jaw as this man now stares at you, hairless, with these pointed ears, this clear half-orc, and he gives a low growl at you. What was that?
You have a good day. Sit back down.
I'm gonna go tap him
My
on the.
friend doesn't like you.
Since I'm so short, I'm gonna tap him on the butt. I'm gonna do an intimidation.
All right, with disadvantage, please. What are you saying to intimidate him?
That's my seat. Okay, do you mind?
That doesn't even
Buzzing
constitute it. That doesn't even constitute. So as you say this, and he feels you tapping, he turns towards you, though looking down at this gnome. Hey, do you mind? that was my seat. He looks down at his seat. That's funny. I don't see your name on it. And you see Winslow go, hey, buddy, just be nice. They're new here. Come on. It's like, well, he just touched my ass. What do you do? He's not moving.
I'm gonna start just climbing up his leg.
What? Oh,
I'm
no.
climbing up.
So you're trying to get on his lap.
Yep.
Okay, it is a contested strength roll at this point.
How?
You're trying
Oh,
to grapple his leg.
This is ooh.
This is not good.
I just can't wait to hear Moonly just gets thrown by a half orc into the fucking sky.
I'm still waiting on the dice roll. I rolled a nat 20 in IRL, but we're not going to count that. Instead,
He rolled a 3.
Nice.
You gotta be a 3 boy.
Oh, I did. So, as you start to grab his pant leg to sort of climb on it, he feels this and instantly sort of kicks you away from him. What are you doing?
I said you're in my seat. You mind getting out of my seat?
This ain't your seat, boy. Run along. Go play
I'm
with
going.
your school
I'm gonna
children.
start. I'm gonna start snapping my wrist and like, not fully start transforming, but like I'm definitely gonna start like thinking about it.
So as you're doing this, he's already lost interest. You're under the table, and he looks back at Winslow. He's like, "Yeah." So as I was saying, I killed all those. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. You have no idea. They tried to raid us, and we turned the tides on them, and then re-raided them when they ran back to their tribe. It was the funniest thing.
Hey, Winslow.
Yes.
Hey, could you just put me up on the table? I'll just sit up on the table.
Sure. And he picks you up and puts you on the table.
Oh, thank you. Who's your orc friend over here?
This person right here, his name's Gorfang. At least that's his nickname.
I
Very
happen
rough.
to speak orc.
You see the orc look at you. Yeah?
I'll speak to him in orc.
What are you saying?
Hi, I apologize for being mean to you a second ago.
If you really want to apologize, buy me a beer, he says in Orcish.
I don't have any money, but I'm gonna play in a minute.
You hear that? And he starts yelling, and everybody sort of quiets down around in the bar. This little man says he's going to play us a song.
Sure thing. I pull out my dulcimer.
And what do you play, good friend?
A lively, jesty tune of from my homeland, which has orcish influence in it. Shall I make a performance check?
And that you must. Does no one warn him? Who's warning him? What is this warn, Bashir?
Oh, maybe yours is different than the canon. But
Oh,
anybody...
what the hell? Wilvin?
Hmm?
Want to explain that?
I was looking for music for you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So as you begin to... I don't know. He's asked, did somebody warn him?
About playing other music at the Elf Song Tavern.
No, I haven't.
I have no idea what the warning would be.
You ain't there. It's fine. Just let it play out. If Moonly dies, we laugh, and then we kill.
So, as you begin to play your instrument, though not as good as you intended, is the stress of everybody sort of looking at you and being in hiding for as long as you have. Almost, imagine them being naked doesn't work anymore as you begin to sweat a little bit and start to play your instrument, your dulcimer. And as you do play a song, and it's recognizable, but you don't have the vibrato you normally do when you play it. And people stare at you for a long while as you're playing, but ultimately, before you even get to the halfway mark, other people are telling you to just get out of here. And no, I'm not. I don't take everything from canon. Get out of here.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I've read it too. Trust me. I'm reading the same thing you're reading, but no. As you play this, or halfway through your song, sorry, I was distracted. You get pretty much booed off the table.
All right, Sherman, I've had enough here. Let's get out of here.
Winslow sees you jump off the table. He's like, better luck next time, I suppose, friend.
Have fun with the trolls. Have lots of fun.
I will try. Thank you. What are you doing, Sherman? Did you want to actually attack him? I know you wanted to transform and you were thinking of it.
Nah, hearing Moonley say just leave, I'm just gonna stand up. And can I quickly do one more check around, vaguely, just to see if I can find any
Yeah,
of
go
them?
for it. You unfortunately do not see them as you take one last glance around and head out the door. Everybody is now outside the tavern. This is where you take control, gentlemen.
Alrighty, Elamir, where are we going now? Gotta head back, find a place to stay.
We should probably go look
They
for the
recommended.
halfling.
Yeah, they went to the library, but they recommended we go to the Watchful Shield.
I did promise Amara that I would take care
I
of,
think we should go look for the halfling. I don't like us all being separated.
Well, where's the library? Do we know?
Pretty easy to ask. Is there any guards around?
There are. Is that the girl that played with us like one time and then never showed up again, Rajira?
Yep.
Nice.
She plays
So
IRL.
I'll look for guards
Cool,
and
cool.
walk up and ask them how to get to the library.
All right, as you approach the guard, again, sort of looks towards you and notices that you're being followed and says, "Are these people bothering you?"
Not at all.
All right.
Do you happen to have a map of the city, or could you draw a crude one for me? I'm looking to go to the library.
I have no parchment on me. If you have a piece of parchment, I'll gladly sort of draw a rough sketch of wherever it is you're trying to go. Where is it you're trying to go?
The library.
Which one?
What gate did we come in?
The east.
The one
Northeast,
closest to the
excuse
east gate. The one closest to the gate we came in.
What I mean, yeah, out here, and takes the parchment and starts drawing lines and like almost like a dash line to an X. He's like, just go down here. It's over by, I believe it was, what was it? Oh, I don't even remember. For sure, help me out. I can't even remember what the name of your library was.
Oh, the name of my library?
No, the library
is
you're in.
Like, the Upper City. It's
Yeah, I know.
Dusky Study or Dusk Study or something like that.
Dusk Study. That's right. All right. He points you in the direction of Dusk Study.
Sick. I'll go back to the group and tell them. The guards told me where we might be able to find them.
It's probably our best bet.
All right. And we go back to Milo and Silagon, who have 300 books to look through.
I am looking through any of these books. I don't like reading. So I want to inquire more about Bloodfang House or whatever, or the other one.
Bloodfang House?
The other, I don't know the mages, guys. I didn't write it down. I'm sorry.
You
mean
didn't
Bloodmire
write it
Tower?
down.
Is that the one you're talking about, Silicon?
I believe he is, as that is very familiar. He's in Mage Towers. What about it?
I need to remember. What were the other two? It was like Odenmeyer and something.
Odenmeyer. Like Oscar Meyer, but Odin?
I am honestly just asking player to player what are the other two Mages Tower names.
The Silver
besides.
Keep and Aldenlin's Keep.
What?
You have to say it like that. It's Dwarven.
I know Dwarven. I know Dwarven. I know Dwarven.
You have
So
to
how
say
do
it
you-
like that. Gotta act
How
like
do
you're
I
half retarded when you say it.
Fuck off.
I-
Listen, man.
We'll go with an easier name if everybody wishes. Wait a second here.
No, I was just asking how do you
Ogden's
pronounce
Keep.
it. Ogdolan's Keep. Thank you. That's how you pronounce it. Like not the retarded version of what you just said.
Ogdolan's Keep.
I just forgot how to pronounce it. I think you said the Silver Keep sucked ass. So,
But it's the most reputable.
I don't
most
believe it's
reputable?
polite to call another mage a suck
I
ass.
am saying this to myself, okay? I'm saying this in my mind. Jesus. Not everything's always RP. So, wait, the Silver Keep was the good one or the bad one? You said it was bad.
He said that the Silver Keep was the one who was the most honorable, but he wasn't very good at his work.
Oh, yeah. And besides, like I said, I'm saying this in my mind. I'm asking the DM specifically, not Milo. Jesus, not everything's in RP.
So it's as Milo said.
Okay, I'll go to the Dwarven one.
Yeah, to the
I know
Dwarven one.
Yeah, I would recognize it as a Dwarven dialect because I speak Dwarvish.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to just go there as I know Milo's in a safe space and not gonna get
Silicon, where are you going? You're just going to leave me here? Weren't you just concerned about my safety a short while ago?
Well, I was when you were traveling through the streets.
Who's to say that I'm not going to get robbed here? Besides, I need your help to go through these books.
I just look around and just look back down at him and I go, "You're in a library. This is probably the safest space in the city."
But I don't want you wandering alone, especially with that artifact.
Fine. I can talk my way out of any situation.
If you need to leave, why don't we go with the rest of the party? I'm sure they would like to meet this Ogdolan fellow as well. You said they were at the Elf Song Tavern? I suppose we should make our way there then.
Milo. Fine, we'll just do that, I guess. You're making this way more difficult. I'm just gonna do a quick stop and then come back.
Well then, let's make a stop on our way to the Elf Song. I believe it's on the way. He said it was through the lower city.
Oh, I just want this to be simple.
As you rub your temple and leave the library itself, suddenly, a moment later, as you begin to head towards the Elf Song, you intersect and meet with your party. Yay! Party split over. Hi, everyone!
Guys.
Hey! No, I don't actually do
I gotta
that.
give Celagon a big hug.
You go, hi, normally. As
I
he's
played
hugging
an
my
awful
legs.
song and they booed
As
me
he's
out.
hugging my legs. Let's go. I go,
Did you not just hear him, Celagon?
Yeah, I did.
I got booed out. The one
that's
place
okay,
I should be
buddy.
good at performing, I didn't do well.
Do you want me to kill them?
If you see a half orc chasing after us, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You see Amora just raise an eyebrow at the mention of killing people.
It's a
Kill
joke.
somebody in
It's
the
a
city?
joke. It's a joke. Don't say that out loud. You think this is Jesus.
Oh, okay. So we met a guy named Winslow, and he recommends Watchful Shield Temple, or we can go to Bloodmore. The Bloodmore family. They seem to run a keep or something.
I
You
don't mean
must
to
be
sound...
meaning the Bloodmore Tower, the Mage Tower, right?
That's what he mentioned. Yeah, that must have been it. Said they would have good knowledge of what to do with it, but the Watchful Shield would be able to cleanse it or transform it if we need to.
I just would like to
So-
say that...
The Watchful
People-
Shield, isn't that a temple of some sorts?
I think so.
I also have to go to a temple. I have to go to the Hall of Wonder to meet somebody. Maybe we could start there and then go to this other temple of yours, but I believe
still-
Silicon was on his way to Ogdolan's Keep to have something looked at as well.
Yes, I was gonna head to Ognolan's Keep, because I heard they were astute in identifying magical artifacts, and well, still have that orb on me, and I was wondering what it is.
Might be a good idea to go there first.
Yeah. And besides, Milo, do you know anything about the Bloodmoors? They sound, not to sound rude or anything, but that name, it just kind of sounds a little...
Why do you guys keep saying Bloodmords?
Bloodmire. You
Bloodmire.
guys keep pronouncing it wrong.
I'm
And yes,
sorry.
it is a strange name. It's an ancient name. I read a little bit about it as I roll history to see exactly what I know.
Oh, we'll find out.
Another thing that I suck at, strangely, being a scholar.
Do you have any of your skills like actually down?
Well, I
do
have
you
expertise in Arcana and history, and that's about it.
All right, I say we get some stuff done. We get some stuff done fast, because I'm suffocating in this city. I want to get out. Wide-eyed.
I put a bag over Sherman's head.
Unnatural 20.
So, from what you recall being from the city, naturally, the current owner of the manor is Luvia Bloodmire. Not much is known about this woman other than she dresses very elegantly, and she has a very fierce temper when it comes to people belittling her skills in magic.
Oh, yes, I remember. Luvia. She has a reputation for being rather angry with patrons if they doubt her talents. So I advise we be on our best behavior if we do travel there, but I think we should start with Ogdalens as well, as was recommended by one of the scholars of the library here. And he gestures over his shoulder.
I'd rather go to Oglands as well. Because I'd rather not have someone blast a fireball in my face just because I didn't like their work.
Yes.
I agree.
Well, that settles it.
All right, so where are we heading?
Ogdalens Keep.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so as you press your way in through the upper city and begin to head towards the nearest gate where the tower is located, this marble structure of wonder and whatnot, you see that there are guards that definitely are not tied to the city guard, but more or less to ownership of this keep, as they are dressed in completely different attire, wearing what looks to be royal blue colors with purple accents guarding the base of this tower. And I need music. Holy cow.
Are they
Right.
human or dwarven?
And they are most certainly Dwarven, as they are short in stature. You see them. They have what looks to be one with a very black braided beard. The other one more bushy, but you can tell that he is more earthen, per se, as he has a red beard. Very bushy, very not well kept like his compatriot in this aspect. They both look at you as you approach, though they don't really move or make any defensive stance.
I walk up to them and I bow to them and I say in Dwarven, "Greetings, my name is Siligon, and I heard great tales about the Ogden Keep here. See, I was wondering if the mages here could identify an item I have on me."
Depends.
Depends on what?
Depends on the nature of this identification. What will you do with the item if you figure out that it's evil? And what will you do if you figure out it is good?
If it's evil, I'm most likely to destroy it. If it is good, then I'll use it. And I'll use it for purposes that will serve the world a better place.
They look at you, and you, for a second, thought their eyes were glowing for a second. They sort of turn away from you to look at each other. What do you think, Flintide? They any good? Sense no evil in them. They may proceed. Please enter. Our master will be down shortly, and they move out of your way.
I just do a little bow to them, and I say thank you in Dwarven to them. And I just gesture everyone to follow me.
I will follow.
As you enter, you see a great assortment of books sort of floating on their own, as if magic is very overused here, per se. Candles floating as well, different artifacts and whatnot. This seems to be some sort of a study, but more or less it seems to be cleaning itself as you watch the books sort of float back into their bookshelves, the candles landing where little holders are for them and whatnot. And everything seems to stop as everything lands into place as you enter this room. And you do see what looks like a parrot on one of those little stands off near a nearby window. And you see it cock its head once it sees you come in.
I make sure Cashew's still in my pocket.
Aw, it's a bird.
Cashew is in your pocket.
Oh, okay. I don't Seeing a bird after the last encounter makes me a little meh. I don't know much about birds, so.
Wait, did it just squeak?
Yeah.
What did it say? Beep speech.
It was more of a grunt. Like, it didn't really say anything.
Oh, okay.
Just making a noise for itself to be heard. More of what animals do to sort of make their presence known to try to scare predators away.
And I just say to everyone to go. The two dwarves said that we should be waiting for their master to come down here. I guess we should just wait.
Milo looks at the bird to determine if it might be a familiar.
Alright, arcane check.
Did you say we all went inside?
I assumed y'all did. Did not everybody want to go inside? Tell me now, so I can arrange cards
no,
here.
I'm waiting outside.
Natural 20 plus 6 at 26.
I'm doing the
So,
same thing. With
Alamir is not inside, correct?
Alamir and Sherman stay outside.
yeah.
Okay. So, as it's just you five, Amora included, you look over at the bird, and you don't get the sense that it's a familiar at all. It has no sort of magical presence to it. It just seems to be a parrot. In fact, when you're looking at it, you actually notice that there is dried shit on the bottom of the stand that it's currently on.
Is it magical? No, I'm kidding.
It's magical shit. Yes, go look it up.
Roll us an Arcana check.
As we're waiting, can I actually take a look at the necklace I have? I want to determine if it's magical or not, because you never know.
That is an Arcana check.
Sure. 19.
It does not feel magical. You've held on to it for almost a good hour now, and it hasn't really changed anything about you. So, unfortunately, it is not.
Okay. That's good, actually. I didn't want it to be magical, so I put it away.
All right. With that, as you wait, a moment goes by, nothing. Another moment, and you begin to hear what sounds like footsteps clapping onto what sounds like maybe a cobblestone stairwell. And you see the door slowly open at the back of the room, and this mage begins to make their presence through the door. He looks at you, a mage that is elven in nature, per se, as you see his hair combed back black. He looks over at you, what looks to be purple robes on him. And as soon as he talks, it's alarming. It's Dwarven, his voice. Aye, what have we got here, eh?
Wait, so he's an elf, but he's speaking in dwarf?
Yes.
I say back to dwarf to him, and I just bow a little bit. Greetings, my name is Siligon. I heard about your service that you, for a price that you will identify magical objects.
Aye, I can do that. What's it to y'all?
Well,
Sorry, I can't do a Dwarven accent. I'm not even going to try anymore.
What are you doing about here, buddy?
Something but the
No,
sword.
I suck at all
It's all
accents.
jacked up.
I suck at all accents, so go F yourself.
Why do you think Alamir doesn't have one?
Exactly, right? Good job. High five, Alamir.
As he asks this, I go, well, and I take out the orb. You see, we went to this one castle, Dragonspire Castle, I believe it was called. We found a necromancer there, of some sort, maybe a lich, I don't know. We ended up killing it, and we retrieved his scepter of some sort, well, mainly the stone that was within it. It seems to be magical in nature, however, it only reacts to me. I just want to give this, I want to know just what exactly is it?
Do you hold it out for him?
Yeah, I hold it out for him. As I'm
He
describing this.
raises his hand, and he almost appears like he's reaching to grab it, but he twists his wrist back, and he actually touches it. And you see it start to pulsate originating from where his finger touched it, and sort of going around the gym itself. Interesting. Oh, and you said you got this from a necromancer in a tower? What?
In Dragonspire Castle, yes.
You guys went to Dragonspire and lived? You must be some good adventurers then.
Yeah, and I don't think it was a necromancer. I think it might have been a lich, because he did seem to have like some sort of decaying body, but I don't really know. But anyways, yes, I just want you to identify this.
That is a very powerful item you have there. And I'm letting you know right now, you probably don't have the coin that is required to identify it, though I already know what it is.
Well, how much do I have to pay you so I can realize what this is?
You know what? I'll tell you what. I'll do it for 50, and that's one hell of a deal.
I instantly just take the gold out of my bag and just throw it to him. There.
As you take the coins out and not leave it in a coin purse to toss towards him.
I mean, in a coin purse, you dingus. Jesus.
They gotta be more descriptive next time. But anyways,
I'm sorry.
so you toss him a coin purse, and he catches it, and he looks over at you. You see, that is what a lot of mages refer to as a fallen star.
Ooh.
What does it do?
Every so often, when a star loses its power in the heavens, it no longer can keep itself lifted up high into the sky, and so it comes down to Earth, careening and crashing down. You see, this little orb you have here can harness any amount of energy you wish it, any form of energy. You see, it is a dying star that wishes to return home.
So,
How would we bring it home?
Most likely you won't be able to, but you can make a deal with it.
I'm rolling insight.
Go ahead.
I would too, because it seems a little weird. And I'm terrible.
21.
Uh, 21, you said?
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to be lying, but he also isn't telling you everything. Clearly, he is dodging details on this, being as vague as he can, it seems.
You said a fallen star. Fascinating. Now, you claim that it fell from the heavens and it's trying to return home. What would a necromancer have to do with such an object? Perhaps it's able to harness power of some sort?
As I said, it seeks power. That is true. And if it was to gain such power, it would try to return home. No star has ever done that before. And it is... He sighs for a moment. It is said that if a star was able to do such a thing, that it would be so corrupted from gaining its power with such a hunger that it would ultimately destroy the rest of the stars in the sky, consuming them.
So it's probably not a good idea to have this, or something like that.
Well,
Or
I doubt
make a
you'll
deal
ever
with it.
give it enough energy, per se, for it to do whatever it needs to. But you're able to at least power it enough to speak to it and maybe gain, I don't know, I believe it can at best grant you a wish. Though, it's funny, it can't seem to grant its own wish. Oh, irony, it's so funny.
Wait a minute. This thing right here can grant me one wish I desire.
As long as you prove to at least attempt to return it home, it most certainly will.
And what happens if I won't be able to?
And then it won't grant you the wish.
So, you say I will never be able to get this thing home, and even if I do, I will most likely kill all the stars in the sky.
You clearly are a man that keeps to the shadows with the attire you are wearing. I doubt you possess any magical powers.
I cast light.
Right.
Haha, you're wrong.
And so, you are clearly Asimar. I understand this. And that is just a party trick you are doing there. Nothing more.
Excuse me, sir. How exactly does it channel its power?
And as I said, I'm not going to try to do in his fucking accent, so screw you all. Anyways, keep going.
How exactly does it channel its power? You said that it absorbs power from those around it?
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that? Does it suck his soul out? Is it necrotic
No,
energy?
it must be willing. It can't They can't steal your soul. You have to channel your arcane power into it and whatnot, and he just rolls his wrist as he says this.
And what would the dangers of doing such a thing bestow upon the user?
Well, exhaustion, possibly death if you do it too much.
And would there be any other use for this item aside from possibly getting a wish?
I don't see what else it could do.
Quick question though.
Yes.
Actually, I'd never got your name. What is it?
You come to my keep and you don't know my name?
Well, yes, but I would
Silly
like to know your full
Silicon,
name.
it's right on the sign.
I would like to know your full name. That just might be your surname. But my first
These are such trivial details and whatnot. Don't hurt your brain on that.
Fine, I guess. Trying to be nice and humble. Anyways,
You
however,
paid for your services. Is there anything else you need?
actually, yes. This thing only reacts to me, from what I can tell, and no one else.
You are an Aasimar. You are the closest thing to the stars besides the stars themselves. It clearly is trying to communicate with you.
If I tried to communicate it,
Sir?
Hmm?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Silicon, but while we're here, may I ask, do you know of a ferric Longbrand at all?
I might, as I have to pull out your card again because I put it away for some reason. I might. We're talking about the one that hangs out in that museum.
If you mean the Hall of Wonder, then I suppose, yes.
Yes, he's been there for quite some time. Always an ambitious person, but hasn't gone anywhere.
I see. Well, my old master, perhaps you've heard of him, Stormwinded, he sent me to find...
Stormwind, you say?
Yes.
Maximus
Did you know him?
Stormwind?
I facepalm.
we're gonna die.
I don't know if that's the same one. It's a very common name.
He had, I believe, a daughter. Sonola, I believe her name was. Sonola Ria. Is that
I'm not certain it's the same one, but it sounds fascinating that you may have known this person, but I don't think they're connected.
Go ahead and roll deception.
Try to hide your identity, and you immediately go to the first magic caster you see and go, "Hey, do you know my master?" You know that one that was exiled.
I'm so sorry.
What was that, 21?
No, that was the other roll.
That's an 8.
He raises an eyebrow at you and goes, right. Anyways, what about this other unrelated Stormwind? And he says this in a pompous, like, taunting way.
Yeah, he asked me to find this gentleman at the hall before he passed. And I was just wondering why he would send me there when you're clearly much more adept spellcaster.
Well, I mean, people tend to rely on their friends more than strangers, that's for sure.
Right. Well, I was just wondering if you knew anything about him, as I'm supposed to complete my training with this person, I believe.
You mean your friend, he says with a smile.
Yes, I suppose, although I've never met him, so I don't know how we could be friends.
No, your friend. You said your friend... Something Stormwind, I believe, was training under Stormwind. Did you not?
I suppose I did, yes.
He's clearly having a good time just pulling at your strings.
Well,
Anyways, any other questions?
We have something else we'd like identified, if you could.
I should have known adventurers would only be here to identify things and not want to have a cup of tea with me.
Oh,
Anyways,
I have
well,
some
if
tea
you
with
want
me.
to have a cup of tea, you
I
go
would
for
love a
it.
cup
We'll
of tea.
definitely have a cup of tea. I try to be humble with you, but you seem to be just very rude.
You
Well, what
didn't
kind of herbs
answer
do you
my
have?
question, sir. You didn't tell me if this man was to be trusted or not.
I don't see why not. I don't know the person offhand. I've only heard his name.
Yet
passing.
you claim to know my master.
Your friend's master.
Yes.
I just rub my temples, just like, this is irritating.
Maximus Stormwind was a dear friend of mine. It's a
He
shame
was.
that he passed away, and such a shame. It's also a shame that his daughter is currently on trial for his murder.
What? Why? What happened?
What? If you were his... How do you not know this?
Hey, pardon me, sir. He's been out of town for a long time, doing training out in the field, getting to learn the terrain out and about. We haven't been to Baldur's Gate for a very long time.
Well, Sinala's been on trial for almost a month now for Max's death. And to think that poor girl, a noble family, just spun into such chaos because of rumors.
I see. Well, thank you for the information.
Do you know where she is?
I haven't seen her in some time.
She's still back in Stanlow.
Oh,
That's at least where they're holding her.
okay.
He watches you for a second, and you almost see what looks like a frown on his face that you didn't know this.
A single tear streaks from Milo's eye.
Somebody said they had another object that they needed identified. Sorry.
Yes,
sad
yes,
topic.
we do have another object. I look at Wilvin.
Huh? What? Oh, is the tea
Wilvin.
ready?
Wilvin, your sword.
Ah, yes.
Well,
One of the reasons why we came to Baldur's Gate. I look very serious as I say this.
You came for that, for your little orb. Anyway,
Oh.
so I pick up my sheath that has my sword in it.
Will, what are you doing?
I say to myself in my mind, well, you didn't want to tell me information about yourself, so I'm gonna get some.
You're going to have to unattune to me, Wilvin.
Let's double check that.
I go, Wilvin.
What do you mean by double check that?
I'm gonna have him inspect it first.
You're Wilvin. Gonna give him the sword?
I'm holding the sword out.
Yeah,
with
so
the sheath.
it's you. I heard his sheath, right? And you're holding it.
Yeah.
For him to inspect. So as soon as he sees it and you hold it out for him, he does extend both his hands forward and begins to take the sword from you. However, as he goes over to his table, the sword vanishes in his hands, and he looks around. He looks back at you, and it's back on your belt.
Yeah, not too far.
Wilvin, why don't you go up real close and keep it in the sheath, but let him examine it.
See? Keep
I
telling me.
stay next to him.
Is this normal?
Probably.
It's pretty normal for me.
Not for us.
Come over to the table.
Walk.
Put your sword down on the table, please. Out of the sheath, please.
Sure. I draw my blade.
It's not going to work, Wilvin. You have to unattune to me.
I place it on the table.
As you do, and you move away from it, even not going without the 5 feet radius, as soon as you see this spellcaster begin to raise his hands above it and channel an arcane energy, as his eyes begin to glow white, the sword vanishes once again.
Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. Is that good?
It could work. Put it in front of me.
Sure. I draw it again.
I'm gonna get really close, like just kind of not really like close enough to like be in the way, but like if for some reason Wilvin is like about to strike the man, because I'm very worried, because like the sword, in my mind, it's evil. So I don't know what it will do.
Silgon. It doesn't like your haircut. Please just back away.
I just go.
You're just keeping that joke from the first session, Jesus.
Yep.
I'm just gonna get close enough to like where if it looks like Willen's about to strike him, I'm going to try and subdue Willen.
The mage puts his hands on your weapon once again, channeling more arcane energy, and you hear in your mind, Woven, a frustrated groan. The mage opens his eyes, the glowing fades from his hands, and he looks over at you. Where did you find this?
My monastery was protecting it from unknown reasons.
I'll buy this weapon from you. 5,000 gold pieces.
Sorry, but no. I'd say pick it up and sheath it.
I go.
That's not why I came here.
What is it?
7,000.
Again, I'm sorry, but no.
I say I'm
18,000 gold pieces.
Again,
That is
I
my
do
final
apologize. I do apologize, but that is not the reason why I came here. I came to identify it.
Very well. It's just an ordinary sword. And he turns and walks away from you.
I just grab him and go, and I say in Dwarven to him, "Look, tell me what the sword is. It may be of great evil."
This sword is of great power. But as all things that are great in power are hard to control. I was being
Great
nice.
power comes great responsibility.
Why
No
must
copyright trademark? Anyways, no. You see,
why?
this is not a cursed item. It's something far more dangerous.
See, guys, I'm not cursed. Wait.
May I finish?
Yeah.
Right. This sword has a life of its own inside of it. And I don't know what the purpose of this sword is, but the sword only wishes to fulfill that purpose. So be careful if you wish to keep it. It is called the Ebon Blade.
The what?
Whatever is in it can name it whatever it wants, but that is what it is. It is an Ebon Blade.
Can you go ahead and type that out for me?
Ebon? Like, it's a common fantasy word.
EBON.
There you go!
Eggs.
Man, I'm even on fucking painkillers right now. I'm fucking hell.
Right? I'm fucking suffering allergies right now. Thinking it's hard.
Well, I thank you
As I
for
said,
the information.
my offer no longer stands. You wish to not trade it, the offer's off the table.
I'll take some of that tea, though.
I have things I need to finish here.
But you offered.
I did.
I'm gonna have to be right back.
Oh, we might take a 10-minute here in a second. Let me make a roll here to see how fucked you guys are. Royally fucked it is. Okay. So, he goes, yes, that should have been offered the first thing coming through my door. But instead, you went straight to business. Anyways, have a good day, gentlemen. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. No, I mean it. It likes to close abruptly. Has a mind of its own.
Will do.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yes. He walks
I'll be,
back to the door he just came from.
So we're gonna take that 10-minute now because I gotta do something.
Yeah, 10 minutes is good. We'll do a 10-minute here. Come back in whatever 55 is what we'll do. 10-minute break. 10-minute break. Yeah. Oh, stretch, and go get a drink. Is ERPing with a nearby man. What does that even mean? I'm the closest guy to you, so...
What?
Just read what Hope is typing. Jesus Christ. Hope, get out of here.
But I'm listening in.
You're technically an 18-year-old. Act like it. Damn it.
I am.
I am. I'm whoring myself out to everyone.
Exactly.
Isn't that what an
Illegal
18-year-old
now.
does?
Exactly.
You didn't whore yourself out to me. Sad face.
Okay.
It just gets awkward.
See, I did it.
I hate you.
I hate me too, don't worry.
So this is when Milo leaves the party.
Why would you leave the party?
After what you just told me, I would be running back.
The group would probably go with you.
Oh.
You would ride me there, or I would ride you there?
Listen, man. Either way would be great.
Elk riding halfling. That's a visual.
What was the name of that city, by the way? I don't think I caught it.
It was
I have it written down. Give me a second. Stanlow.
Stanlow?
Mm-hmm.
Close enough. Hey, is my mic quality awful, or?
It's fine.
It's below average, but yeah.
I mean, it is like the standard headset they give you with a phone, so.
That explains why it sounds like you're on a phone.
Yeah, sorry. I'm 2,000 miles away from my nice blue Yeti microphone.
It's all good.
All you have to do is take the microphone and then put it in your mouth like this, and then everyone can understand you.
Yeah, because, you know, YouTube's going to love that.
Yeah, that's really good. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, God.
Ow.
My apologies to future listeners of this campaign of the Wayward Brothers.
What are you talking about? This is great.
Headphone users.
All right, you can stop that though.
Yeah, I
Gotta
figured
love
you'd say that
everyone.
eventually.
I'm having spicy chicken.
I'm pretty bad at making voices too, Darth, but I did come up with one today, but I don't think it would fit for Alumir.
Anything will fit. Nobody knows what he's supposed to sound like.
It's supposed to sound like me because it's the easiest accent I know.
And then a random druid joins the party named Hope and says, "Oh, hi guys."
Oh, hi guys.
Nora Nibwell.
Go
I'm
away.
Nora.
I'm the only druid.
Oh, okay. Okay. Bye.
Oh, okay.
All right, roll call.
Now.
All right. No, stop. I'm getting my cards. This is how I do roll call.
Bork,
All
bork.
right. Milo.
Bork, bork.
Sherman. Alamir. Fabio.
Pleasant and accounted for.
Moomley, I meant. Sorry. Wilvin, excuse me. Oh my gosh. Silicon. Great. Silicon. Silicon.
He's muted.
Silicon.
So
Your mic's muted, silly.
Silicon.
It's not here. I'll give him 2 more minutes.
Silicon.
Siligon's good. Oh boy.
That is only the beginning.
Evil Dude Part 2, here we come. Oh my god, what if that's his phylactery? Oh, we're all fucked.
Oh man, what if I needed a dictionary to figure out what that meant?
That's where liches store their power so that they can never be killed.
Oh, it's true.
Smash it with Wilvin's sword.
Wait, what?
Oh shit! Oh, sorry, what
I
did you
was
say?
thinking about that the whole time.
Unan-
Smashing the fallen star with Wilvin's sword just to see what happens. Nothing. Wilvin's sitting there like, well, I don't really know
I'm
if
eating.
I'm supposed to.
No, I'm eating. So
Darth,
if that
what
would
would happen?
happen, it's an unstoppable force being hit with an
Immovable
hitting
object.
an immobile object. You tell me what happens.
I mean, let's just rip the
Juggernaut always
whole
wins, man.
space
Death
time,
of the
right?
universe.
Juggernaut always wins.
Not true.
Oh yeah, it is.
No, didn't you see that X-Men movie where there was that kid that neutralized powers and then he just snapped his own neck by hitting the wall?
Yeah, that's called neutralizing the power. If you talk about the Blob, who's an immovable object, against the Juggernaut, who is an unstoppable object, Juggernaut won every time. Bam.
I'm just saying.
Like,
What the fuck are you saying?
Wait, do we want the sword to win? Maybe a little bit.
So, resuming where we left off, you are all leaving this tower except for the two individuals that did not.
who didn't?
As you leave the tower,
Wait, who didn't leave?
no, who
Uh,
didn't enter is what I was saying.
Ava
As-
Marin.
As you rejoin your party, you see Amora off in the distance walking towards you guys, a smile on her face. And you think to yourselves, wasn't she just in the tower with us?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
were you just
Wait,
inside?
did I sense her pass us while we were waiting outside?
She rolled a 26 when I rolled that stealth check earlier when I said, let's see how fucked you guys are.
Dang it. Looks like my 17 won't work.
Why did you leave?
The whole point of me staying outside was to, like, stay on guard, so I would have been, like, attentive, but...
I'll give you the saving grace of doing an active perception check right now then.
Go ahead and roll it for me. +6.
Should I do it on The Sims? 21, still not high enough.
Darn.
So, why did you leave?
As she approaches and you ask this question, she looks to you, raises an eyebrow and doesn't really answer.
Thieves camp. Why did you leave?
She raises her hand and begins making motions and gestures with her hands. And she said, and
I hand her paper.
well, Silicon is still communicating first.
Yeah.
And Silicon, to you, she mentioned she sent a letter.
I asked, what's the letter about?
She just gestures to Wilvin.
About
You told
the
your order about
sword?
me?
Folks, we're
What'd
now
you,
going
what'd
to
you ask?
track.
I said, you told your order about me?
She shakes her head no, and she gestures again, but lower,
My sword.
as she nods.
I go, in Thieves camp. Sorry. Is it about destroying it?
She shakes her head no, and she takes the parchment that was offered to her and just begins writing. I told them that I found the sword, though it is not under my ownership, and I am working to get it back.
Folks, quite simply, we're being tracked.
That's
As you
pretty
say
obvious
this,
since she's been with
she
us
shakes
the whole
her head
time.
and she writes down, like, I did not write where I am.
Well, how long are we planning to stay in Baldur's Gate? I asked the group.
I'm gonna
Not
say
long now.
I'd rather not stay here. Not because of you, Amora, but because he really wanted my sword, and him taking off the trade off the table, I I have a strange feeling I'm not going to enjoy staying here much longer.
Well, I still have a few things.
She
I'd
begins
like to
writing
do.
more, by the way, while you say this, Silicon. And then she holds the paper out, and it says, "I'll protect you."
Are you going to protect me, or are you going to protect the sword?
She actually looks
Milo,
like she's
Milo,
debating in
Milo,
her
wait
mind,
for
and then
Milo.
she writes the sword.
That's what
And
I thought.
Milo begins to jet off in a general direction.
He doesn't jet off. He kind of solemnly walks.
Milo, you gotta tell us when you're leaving. Guys, let's go.
I'm
hiking.
gonna ask a more just out in the common, like, where'd you send the letter? Because I actually need to send a letter as well, if you don't mind.
She gestures what you believe is monastery. You get the feeling she misinterpreted your question.
Hey, where did you go to send the letter within the city? Like, how?
She just answers you by crossing her hands and makes it look like she's a bird.
Oh. Did you ask the bird to do it yourself, or did you get someone to do it for you for money? Because that's what I want to do.
She gestures again with these signs, and she says Falconeer.
I'm honestly really confused. She's like, I go, okay. Can you show me where this man is? Because I may need to deliver a package and a letter as well.
She begins to point in a general direction, but then she smiles as she brings the finger back to herself.
I sigh, but chuckle a little bit and go, see, I tried to ask you, but you still didn't. I don't like it when everyone's answering me in vague questions. I just don't like it. First, that one mage that we just met, and now you. Oh, God. Sooner or later, it's going to be Milo.
She just gestures
Milo
you to follow
turns
her.
around at the mention of his name. If you're looking to send a letter, you can do so right down this street. There should be a falconer down there who sends letters.
Does he
She
send
nods.
packages?
Wait, you respond to him, but not me?
Does he send packages as well? Because we need to send
Probably
something.
for an extra price. I don't know. I have to get to the Hall of Wonder. If you need to find me, that's where I'll be.
Okay.
Do you need us to come with you?
I'm
If you
following.
want to.
Of
Milo
course,
is
we're all
sad.
brothers.
Sad Milo is sad.
I walk next to Milo as I put my hand on his head. So what's wrong? As we walk.
Just
I'm
I
going.
don't know how that she could be found guilty for that.
Found
As
guilty
much as she
for-
hated the old man, she loved him. He was her father.
That don't matter.
Well, let's go find out.
Silicon, what were you trying to do?
I was gonna go to that falconer that Milo was telling me about.
Party split.
and
I love it. Hope, can you
No.
leave the channel and come back in real quick? Thank you. So,
I was just gonna do something quick. I mean, I already have that letter I was telling you about written out.
mhm.
So yeah.
I mean, you're able to send the letter, no problem. You can go over there, throw gold, and get this to wherever you need. But a package itself is going to be a little bit extra. You're going to be 5 minutes behind the party as you do this. So, talking with the Falconer, what are you sending with the letter?
I want to send the letter, which I will give to you now. I probably should have had that open. Sorry. And 300 gold as a package, and then the necklace I bought to, I think you know where.
I do know where.
Yeah. 1 sec. I need to get a link for the.
A letter only costs 2 gold pieces to send, but however, it's based off pounds of what you're sending. A hawk can only carry so much, and if it's too stressful, they might not even live. And he tells you it's going to be an extra 10 gold pieces on top of it.
I go, sure, done.
Right. You see him take it. He takes a specific falcon out of what looks like a pen of them, pretty much trained to go only one sort of place. And you see him attach your little note around its leg and then on the other one he ties what is the coin purse of everything that you just gave him, and then he lets it fly.
Okay. So yeah, it's the coin purse and the necklace I bought from that one dude.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and remove those from your character sheet. You made some lady a lucky woman.
And before the falcon shot down, somebody takes the gold.
I will kill myself now. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to do. I say thank you to the man and try and go find the rest of my group.
All right, so each of you has 5 minutes to start talking before he gets back here. Quick, gossip about him.
I'm a terrible person. Oh, wait.
Wonder who he's sending that package to.
Holy fuck, this is a giant letter.
Hey, man. I like to do a little development, you know?
Oh, I can see you clicking. Nice.
Sorry. Oh, this word here.
All right. Guys, talk. You got 5 minutes of interrogating Milo here.
All right, let's get down to it then.
Is there a crazy way we could, you know, help her?
I don't know. I don't even know why she would be on trial. She's never liked anything that he's done. If anything, she would be trying to support his killer, I would guess. But even that would, I guess, be beyond her.
Is there the possibility that she could be the killer? She could be guilty?
Doubt it. She's a wonderful lady. She gave me what little gold I had and wished me luck as I left.
A lot of wonderful people in the world do horrible things.
You don't understand. She's not like that. She loved him in her own way. She loved me too.
As Mora listens in, with Silicon catching up, taps Silicon on the shoulder and begins gesturing in Thieves' Cant. Boy has crushed, and then points at Milo.
I go, aww. But wait, I'm the same age as he is.
She just shrugs and smiles.
Well,
I need to go find this man that Stormwind asked me to see. Before he died, he told me that I was to carry on the legacy. Whatever that means.
well, Milo, I'll come with you. You need support.
You see,
Our
in those
family.
things, I found a letter that he had written to Sonola. He said, I am training the boy to protect our family legacy. I'm an old man and I'm going to die soon. And your egoistic nature will mean ruin for my life's work. I don't know what that meant, but I know that she didn't want her children to become like him. But I don't think that she would have him killed. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure out more answers when we get to the Hall of Wonders.
Hopefully.
Well, maybe. Still need to see that cleric. Or is the Hall of Wonders still that temple?
Well, it is a temple to Gond. Perhaps they would know something about it.
Do we still need to see the cleric, even though we know what the sword is now?
Well,
Well-
we already know it's not cursed, so I believe that was your main concern, wasn't
Well,
Can't
Still
hurt to
gone?
get more
No,
information about it.
we definitely know it's a magical weapon, and we definitely have double confirmed that there's a living being or some sort of entity within the sword. But like you said, we don't know what his purpose is.
Can we have Wilvin ask him?
I doubt he'll tell him.
I mean, it's worth a shot. We basically have another member of our company here.
Wilbur,
What's up?
what's your sword's purpose? Ask it. If you don't mind.
Mr. Needs a Haircut wants to know what your purpose is, Emberglow.
Hmm?
Everyone wants to.
Sorry, I was toning everybody out. Their retarded antics make me sleepy. What is your question?
They want to know what your purpose is.
What is the purpose of a weapon, Wolven?
To defend yourself.
To fight.
If you choose that path.
What do you think my purpose is, Wolven?
Honestly, I don't know enough about you.
Good.
Just that there's 4 more.
Don't worry about that. Why did
What?
somebody change my music?
Can I make an insight check on the fact that he said that really quickly?
Wait, there's 4 more.
I mean, sure.
Inside checking a sword.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've been around it for way too long.
Can I roll advantage?
No.
No. It's a sword.
It's just a
13?
-1. I like it. So,
Listen, I don't have the highest wisdom. Which is not
You
good when I
don't-
have a sword.
you don't really understand its reasonings for answering the way it has been, but you got a sense that there's a little bit of sorrow in its voice and resentment as you question it.
I feel bad for sword. Good guy sword.
Is that resentment I hear?
Hmm?
Is that resentment I hear?
That doesn't answer.
He says you still need a haircut.
Can we just please give him a haircut already? I'm afraid this blade really has a point here.
Oh, not you, sure.
So, what, you want me to go bald?
Yeah, that's a good idea. If it helps the blade feel better, I think you need a haircut.
I don't. Well, if the blade's gonna do it, no.
I slide out one of my daggers. I can do it.
I'm good. I think I'm just gonna keep the hair the way.
Normally, you want to hold him
Actually,
down?
Alright, I'll tell you what.
Hey,
I'll hold him down. Sherman, come join me.
we need to give-
Do us the honor?
the sword needs an
acrobatics my way out of here.
Wilvin, you are the most
bye-bye.
childish person I have ever had to deal with in my existence.
So you've dealt with others.
You are not the first. And maybe you will be the last. I can only hope.
So as everyone's trying to hold me down, acrobatics my way out of there.
Yep.
Couple backflips, and you're like, yeah, bitch, I'm out. Climb a wall.
I have spells. I can totally cast it on you.
I say that to you as well, and then I cast light on only myself because I can only touch myself in the vicinity.
You can't do it on flesh.
You can.
He can do it on any piece of clothing article he's wearing too, so nice try.
Yeah, but he said himself.
You know what he meant.
Speaking of which,
I strip naked and then.
All right, so
cast
getting
light on
more
myself.
serious. Obviously, they're not trying to hold you down and give you a haircut. What is going on now?
I think we need to give your sword a name.
It has a name.
What's
Yeah.
its name?
Emberglow.
Ah.
Anyway, we should get back on actual task.
Yes,
We
I
have-
think we.
Milo, we need to help Milo out, so.
Yes.
Milo has trudged on several feet ahead of the party while you're doing your antics. His head in sullen sadness.
I see this. I start running a little bit closer to be close to him, just so he doesn't get out of my sight. But I'll follow.
All right. With that, you follow behind Milo as he reaches this towering building that is clearly a museum in design. You can see big archways that lead to the front doors, and you can see what looks like giant window panels on either side with trinkets and whatnot hanging with little signs giving intricate details of them. The Sword of Allura, the Shield of Asphagan, It tells you their brief stories. As you walk up the stairs, you can read it very clearly. And a year attached to each of them. One 1320, the other one 1418. As you push the doors, Milo, to open this giant museum, it's even more. You see statue sets now of people wearing armor made of marble, maybe? You're not too sure, but your head's hanging too low at this point. You're mainly just peering around to see if you see anybody, and all you can see is what looks like other people who are here to visit and look upon the works of art themselves, common people per se, but you don't see anybody that belongs to the church. Maybe further back, who knows?
Absolutely beautiful here.
Do I see anything that
Eric
would?
Longbrand, are you here?
But you see, like, the people who are, like, looking at a statue sort of turn towards you for a second, back at the statue, and take, like, a step away from you.
$5 gold to the person who finds me Ferric Longbrand.
The commoners are like, why? You're not going to kill him, are you?
No, he is a friend of my grandfather.
You can find him in the back, and he holds his hand out.
Thank you, and I give him 2 gold.
You said 5.
Yes, but you only pointed me in the direction. You didn't bring him to me.
Glares at
Saying
you.
in the background, that's very true. You didn't do what he said. You got paid. At least you got paid.
And I start heading towards the back.
As you do, another archway of doors. As you press them open, this is the chapel you've heard about. You see what looks like giant stone hammers, surrounded by what looks like a giant cog of some sort. Homage to whatever architect made this. Somebody rolled. Eye wide stern of Milo. Got it. As you enter, you can see what looks like seats meant for people who are here to pay tribute to this god. And you can see that there is a altar at the end of this runway down there. And you see that there are some people. It looks like they're having a discussion. No mass currently happening, just people dressed in the church. And they look over at you as they hear the door open.
Hello, I'm looking for Ferric Longbrand.
The head priest. Why?
I was sent by a Sir Stormwind. I believe I am supposed to continue my training.
Page, it's quite all right. Please leave us. The other man says, as the person who questioned you then bows his head and goes off. Yes, that is me.
I'm gonna roll insight.
See, this is why we need our character sheets. You can just do like one click.
Fuck off. As you look at this person, he's clearly dressed differently than the person who just left. As he walks towards you, you can see what looks like gold lining in his clothes and whatnot, pretty much implicating that he is a higher status than the person he previously was talking to. You can see that he's balding. He's human here. Green eyes, maybe? He hasn't gotten close enough, but he is walking towards you. And what did you say your name was again?
I didn't, sir. But I believe you knew my master, Maximus Stormwind.
I knew the poor fellow. Poor soul murdered in his bed.
Yes, and I suppose you know that his daughter Sonola is standing trial for him.
Yes, unfortunate turn of events.
Might you have any information to shed light on why she, of all people, is being charged?
Because
She's
a
fighting back
witness
tears.
has stood up who has pointed that she is the killer, and that was why they're having trial. Though there is not very good evidence other than the witness per se, they're still keeping her held. Apparently, they might be doing a trial by combat, I hear, soon, rather than later.
Where is this
What
witness?
witness is this?
He thinks for a second. I could have sworn the name. It's not at the top of my head. I'm sorry. The news is just as grave to me as it is to you, I'm sure. But I'm pretty sure his name was Ronaldo, I'm pretty sure. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that one, please.
I see. And tell me, how did my master become associated with the temple?
He's not associated with the temple. He's associated with a friend of the temple, as he gestures towards himself.
I see. how
And
are
since
two
you have
acquainted?
said your master, then you undoubtedly are not Milo. Is that correct, Milo?
Yes, Milo Dunkelwald at your service, sir.
You're a very lucky man, to be sure. If you don't know what I mean to have escaped that place before all this chaos happened. You see, that city has fallen into what I can only describe as chaos since you've left. Almost as if there's a curse on the blasted city.
A curse?
There's just a feeling of dread or just like begrudging when you get there. Sorry, my English is not good today. I have no idea why. Perhaps it's the DM. I have no idea. But as I was trying to say, it has not been the same since your master has died there. That is for sure.
I see. Well, he sent me to find you. Do you have any idea why?
In all honesty, if it is not to finish your training, then I have no idea why. But since you've journeyed all the way from Stanlow, was at one point. I've retired. Why?
Kind of hangs his head and sighs.
He walks over to you and places a hand on your shoulder. What is the matter?
Don't know what my purpose is anymore. See, Stormwind filled my head with these grandeurs of adventure, and he said he would protect me, but he's been killed, and he couldn't protect himself. As powerful as he was, how could he ever hope to protect me? And now his daughters, I don't know, it's all very overwhelming.
Put my hand on Milo's shoulder.
Are you all his friends?
Of course, why else would we be here?
Then I implore you. And he sort of puts his hand on your cheek, Milo, and tries to get you to look at him as he sort of kneels down. You must return to Stanlow. You must do anything you can. Max last spoke a year ago, mentioned how his daughter was like a sister to you. And she's in need. Right now, more than ever, if she's on these trials. You need to go to her, Milo. Do you understand me?
My training is not complete. What am I supposed to do? You say that there's a curse on the city and that people are throwing accusations. What can a little man like me do?
We all start our ventures unprepared, Milo. And I don't have the time to train you right now. And I don't mean I can't train you. I mean, there's more important things right now, Milo.
I understand this, and I want to help her any way I can, but...
Do you think training with me right now and her being dead before you even finish training is going to be the answer?
Why don't you come with us? You're a man of great influence. Surely there's something you can do.
The church will go in disarray if I leave now. As there is a girl laughing in the background on your mic.
Yes. Wild women.
And you have
said
no
you
other
have no
information
purpose.
on who this person is? I mean, am I just to go back home and hopefully find who this accuser is and dig up information? This
It's
isn't like the
better
books that
than
I've read.
moping around, Milo. And great books of great adventurers require action. To sit around and do nothing, you're only ensuring that she most likely will die by execution.
Fine, I will go back, but Is there anything you can aid in this journey? I mean, we don't really have much. And that man has a cursed sword.
He raises an eyebrow and looks over at Wilwin.
Wow, that's one
excuse
way
me?
to shift
We
the
just-
conversation.
We just confirmed my sword is not cursed.
That
Said
is
your sword
correct.
has its own purpose. Tell me how that is not a curse.
He said it was a
Ah.
curse.
He said, and I quote, "It's not cursed. It has its own purpose."
It's a living being that has its own purpose, and we don't know what that purpose is. It may be evil, it may not be, but it's powerful, which is bad.
Sir Longbrandt,
not
would you be
cursed.
willing to take a look at his sword? I mean, you have all these magnificent artifacts here. Perhaps you can tell us what the purpose of this sword is. I fear it is evil in nature.
I only have one book that could possibly help, but it is a long shot. Would you like me to bring it?
Please.
I will do so, Milo, on the one condition. Promise me that you will go.
Of course I will. I mean, I don't have a choice. She took me in.
He
She
turns
raised
around
me.
and walks down the altar and picks up this very, very big book that is sitting on it and brings it towards you guys. Definitely has a lot of weight to it as he is straining his back, moving it towards you. If this sword, as you say, is a very powerful object and has ever encountered our god in any way, shape, or form, it would be documented in this book. Milo, I will allow you to take this book with you.
His eyes go wide in amazement. You would give me such a sacred object to the temple?
It's one of many objects of the same kind. This one is our most decorative, to be sure, but I feel that time is not of the essence to go find another copy of it.
Thank you so much. I will keep this safe, and I will find out why Sinaloa is being accused. And as soon as I find out, I will write to you.
I expect you to be back, Milo, with her in your company.
Tell me, what happened to her children? Are her children all right?
The last that I read about her, there was no mention of her children.
Oh, poor Eric and Lowen. I hope they're okay. Thank you again for your help, Mr. Longbrandt.
Anything for a friend of Stormwind's.
Sounds like we're finally getting out of the city.
Do you have any money that we might charter passage on a caravan or something? As he looks around to the group.
He looks towards your group, and then you see him slyly look over his shoulder as if he's looking to see if anybody's looking. I can get you some. Follow me, Milo.
Follow behind him.
He goes over to the altar, and you see what looks like a donation box.
Oh, shit.
And he takes out a
Aw,
key.
dude. Are we gonna fucking be like...
Not cool,
Is anybody stopping him?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and put Shadow Hound on him.
what the fuck?
Alright. As you do this, he stops midway of turning the key in the box, as if something sickening sort of smacked him, and he looks around again.
Is everything okay?
I thought somebody was watching us. And he opens the box, and you can see an assortment of different copper and gold pieces and silver. How much would you need, Milo?
I don't know however much passage is. As you know, I'm not very familiar with the real world.
The fastest way to
That
get there,
much.
the fastest way to get there by ship. If I had to guess, and he starts counting each of your friends, I'd say you're going to need about 100 gold pieces, just for a charter.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
I
there is
have-
not enough in this box.
Well, listen, I actually have
there
100
anything we
on...
can do to the temple in order to help, or perhaps you know of some jobs or something. I don't want to take your donations. I mean, they're for the temple, of course.
You have to understand, Milo, that you are about to right a wrong. It's something our god would definitely want paid for. Why do I feel so cold? And he just looks around again.
Listen, Milo.
I
I have
shrug.
100. I actually have 108 gold on me now. However, if it's at least 100 gold just to travel by ship, we're also going to need money for room and board, or supplies. I'm already almost out of.
I have 17 gold as he counts his purse.
If you guys are willing to work for your commission on board a ship, I'm sure it'll bring it down to 10 gold pieces per person. You have to be willing to work. You're going to have to go to a very, how do I put this? A very sketchy place.
Oh, no problem.
Sounds like my kind of business.
He looks over at you. It is called the Low Lantern. It is a tavern. It is literally a ship that is marooned on the north side of the harbor. It is very, very notorious for drinking, gambling, prostitution, and murder.
Oh.
Well,
So
good.
Waterdeep.
Is that all?
Pretty much is a small Waterdeep. Ah, it'll be like home.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
What do
It's
you
your
want done?
fastest way there.
Listen, Milo, you're gonna have to overcome your fears to do the task ahead sometimes.
Yeah, but what if we get
Besides-
robbed or worse, what if they kill us? I've heard of pirates, they're vicious.
I just look at our entire group, and then I specifically look at the sword that William has. I go, I think we're gonna be fine. And besides, these people are like me, in a way. It's not evil.
So bad haircuts.
Your Wilvin, a
very,
voice in your
very-
mind begins to talk to you. Wilvin.
I say to myself in my head, yeah.
I absolutely hate the water. If you drop me into the ocean to think it's funny, I will gut you alive.
Don't you need a wielder to get someone?
Try me.
Well, I wasn't really planning on giving you a bath.
Right. So anyways, let me lock this box up. He looks around again and closes it. Stands
I take
up
off Shadowhound.
and looks at you guys for a second and goes, I feel better? I don't under I must have eaten something. I don't know. It's not agreeing with me.
Well,
So you see you see Milo sort of tug on his leg, and he kneels down to him or leans down and begins whispering to him. And then he looks over at you, Wilvin, as he's receiving this whisper, and then he whispers back to him. I'm just gonna say it because obviously, if they metagame, I'll destroy them. I can see if I have something, but no promises. They do not like missing artifacts in this building, not at all. They check all the time, Milo.
Well, I would be certain to return it, and as you said, that your god would be willing to aid us in this endeavor. Surely he won't mind.
You're right. He stands up. I will be right back. If you choose to leave before I'm back, I will understand. And he goes off into the distance over like what seems to be like a curtain blocking a doorway, and he walks through the door.
Where's he going?
Back room.
No, I'm asking. In character.
Back room. No, just a voice answers back room.
I was more asking like Milo.
I know what you meant.
He's going to grab us some provisions.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, thank God.
Ask
I
him
almost
to
threw you
get
out.
some tea too, because I've been wanting some nice herbal tea.
Well, I'm
Don't
sure we could pick up some tea at the market before we leave. It is over by the harbor.
Ah, that's good.
He comes back, though not carrying as many objects as you were hoping for, Milo. You see that he has some sort of a water flask and some other trinkets. He walks towards you and he hands you the flask. Holy water, in case anything unholy meets you. And he has about 6 different necklaces with the symbol of his god on it, which is the gear with the little hammer in the middle of it on a necklace.
I've seen this. Oh, I see this in my head. In my head.
So you see Silicon's eyes go wide, and then he's just like, "No, play cool, play
There you
cool."
go. No, it's fine. Nothing. Sorry. Sorry, my nose is just itchy, and I just started chewing my nose.
Oh, yeah, I
Roll
hate it when that happens.
deception. Roll deception. Roll deception.
Hey, that's something I'm good at. Hey. I mean,
Okay.
no one was insiding, so.
Well, no, I am. Priest is.
Oh, okay.
So with that, you scratch your nose and everybody goes back about their business. Yes, that is all I could really do. In fact, they were already doing an inventory, so I couldn't just steal it right under their noses, you know?
I really appreciate your help, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Go. She needs you now more than ever, Milo.
I know, and I will do my best. And as I said, I will write to you. And I don't think this book will fit in my bag, but okay. Let's go to this this place you said, this sketchy place. Could you draw on the map for me where it is?
Go to the port. You can't miss it. It's the only maroon ship there.
Oh, we're supposed to take a marooned ship there?
It is a meeting ground for people who are hiring crew members for trips and whatnot. It's the easiest way to go up towards Neverwinter.
I guess that makes sense. Silly me. Thank you so much for your help. And as I said, I will write to you, and we'll figure out what happened to her. Did it happen to say when the trial was, by any chance?
It's ongoing, Milo. It's been going for almost a month now.
Okay.
So
that is why you must hurry.
Now. Okay. So we should get going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we go, I'm gonna wait for everyone else to leave. And I want to find a statue of like the god. Can't remember the name of the god.
You saw the same symbols on the archways heading into the building. There's no actual statue of a god per se, but the symbol you're looking for is definitely everywhere.
Well, is it like a statue of some sort or some sort of like altar?
With
no one around?
Yeah, there's an altar, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my bag when everyone's out of the temple and when no one's watching. I'm just going to find that necklace I found. I'm going to put it on the altar and then just say, I'm sorry.
Just to yourself, like under your breath?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that, you turn around and leave. However, there's a confrontation now as you're all sort of leaving the temple. During the last archways where you had that conversation with the common people, Amora steps in front of the group and sort of blocks your way at this point, or at least tries. The archways are way too big, but she is clearly trying to stop the group in general from leaving this place.
What's wrong, Amora?
She just crosses her arms as if she's angry, and then she points at your sword.
I said I will get more information about it. I never said I was going back to your temple.
She's face palming at this point, and this is looking towards Milo at this point, and Siligon for support.
Look, we're at a crossroads here, all right? Milo's friend is in grave danger. We can tell Milo, he's like family. I do know that the sword, it may be evil, it may not be, but it is something that we need to deal with as soon as possible. But we need to make sure that Milo's friend is taken care of. And that seems like it is something that needs to be done right now. If not, she could possibly be executed for something she did not do.
Roll persuasion.
I'm walking past her.
Well, like I said, she can't stop you all. It's too big of an archway.
17.
So, as you say this, she takes in your words, Milo walking past and whatnot. She gestures to you 5 with her left hand, as if each one of you represents a finger on it, and then she points to herself and points at the palm. She then starts doing Thieves Camp. I guess I'm coming with you.
There you go. I say, well, no problem there. I welcome your company.
She moves out of the way, and as soon as you guys go through the archway, she follows behind. Just going to take a 60-second break. I just want to refill my water. It's going to be quick.
I need to find another cable for my PlayStation 1. Because this one is fucked up.
How do you still have a PlayStation 1?
I have 2 of them.
Why?
How do you have 2 of them? I only have 1, and the cord's fucked up on that one.
I don't know why I have a second one, honestly.
Listen, man.
What do you even play on PlayStation
systems.
1?
The ancient systems.
All
honestly,
the Final Fantasy games. Duh.
I'm
Legends
going
of
to be
Dragoon.
playing,
Legends of Dragoon is a good reason.
I'm going to be playing Lunar Silver Story.
I don't know that one.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Gotta have all them ancient game systems, you know? Like GameCube. Oh, man. GameCube was the best.
I have
I have
an
the
NES.
oldest game
It's awesome.
system. PC Master Race.
Yeah, all about that Atari. Those graphics were bomb, dude.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
man.
That's so.
I remember playing Pong on my 12-inch CRTV.
Oh no.
How's your leg doing, Roger?
Much better.
That's good.
All right, I'm here. Oh, come on with the music. Fuck.
It's travel
No,
music.
Hey, man, I actually hear the music this time. I like it.
how do you not hear the Discord music?
Because it's either way too loud or way too quiet.
Yeah, I just put it on really quiet so it doesn't blow
Or not
my
on.
eardrums out.
Yeah, or not on at all.
We can play Tears. Tell me.
I'm sorry, did I hear Wilvin's music? As I get kicked and banned.
You heard Wilvin's music. What? What is that even a reference of?
So I put the necklace on. I put a gold in the donation box.
Okay.
Do I feel any tingles of wonder?
Tingles of I did a good deed today. Tingles.
Good.
What is everybody else doing?
I look up at the ceiling and go, "Thank you." And I put on the necklace.
Hey, I didn't hand you necklaces. Mm-mm.
Yeah, he has all 6 of them.
Oh.
Wow.
No, that necklace is actually pretty nice looking. Looks good on you.
That gave is totally sweet.
I
So
will
we're
give
heading to the
Silicon
dock,
one
right?
necklaces, though.
You'll do what?
Oh, he put that necklace on the altar. He left it there, didn't he? Never mind.
Oh, you don't know about that. I waited until
He
everyone
made
left.
sure nobody was watching.
You don't know anything about that. You don't even know if I had one. This is a totally different. This is something no one knows about. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, in that case, I give Silicon another necklace then, as I
You never-
don't know that he already had one.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Milo. And I put it on. Kind of think to myself, feel a little guilty, but that's it.
All right. Are you guys heading towards the low lantern?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, as we're walking, can I inspect this flask that he gave me?
Okay. As you inspect the flask, you pop it open, take a sniff. Don't smell anything, but as you sort of dip your finger in it, it's like this clear liquid, and you bring it to your lips and give it a little. It's water.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if it might be enchanted at all, or if it's just like blessed water?
It is clearly not enchanted for sure, but you have no idea whether to know if it's blessed or not.
So I wouldn't be able to detect any magical properties then.
Blessed water doesn't feel blessed or doesn't feel magical until you actually throw it at something and watch it burn. And you're like, ha ha ha.
Something unholy.
Throw it on the sword.
Throw it on the sword.
Thinking that.
Don't throw it on
The sword
me.
hates water.
Throw it on the Asimar. It'll burn that Asimar clean
Will it-
off.
Will it though? I don't know. Technically just the fallen angel.
Wilvin, may I see your sword? I want to test a theory. You can hold it, of course.
While you've been kind of negative to me this entire time, you can understand that I have.
You have to understand that I have a deep untrust for things of that nature. Even though my
And yet-
master was a necromancer, he did it for the greater good. And the
I
things I've
have not.
seen you do with this sword have been almost evil in nature.
Oh, I'm sorry. Protect you on that bridge. That was evil. Making us an easy path. Evil.
Hey, it's
You
true.
destroyed nature. You destroyed
Man.
nature to make an easier path for yourself and your friend.
Yes.
You all
and
asked
think
me
about
to.
how Cousin Sherman would have felt as you destroyed.
I
how many
don't
miles
care.
of nature.
I actually don't care. I like forests, not plains.
I look at Sherman a little bit like weirdly. Really?
Oh yeah. I hate plains. They're stupid. They're little prairie dogs. Hate them. Forests, on the other hand, you touch my forest, I'm gonna butcher you alive.
I see. Well, anyway, I think it would be better if we all came to an agreement that your sword was not evil in nature. And as the priest said, this is holy water, so if it does react negatively, we will know that your sword could be evil in nature. Mind if I just conduct a small test?
All right, everybody, buckle up.
My sword does not like water. I'll say that much.
I see.
I just go. Let him do it. It's not like he's like throwing it in an ocean.
Well, let me just let him know. I
It'll only
start
be a drop.
thinking
I
my
think
mind.
it would be best that you don't communicate with your sword while this happens. If there is an adverse reaction, it could reflect back on you.
Yeah, because, I definitely want him to wake up and be all like, ah, da fuck. How would you like it if I just threw water on you when you were sleeping? Think he would grow from a tree?
If your sword truly is what I can only imagine is sentient. Wait. I thought we were all behind that. I know not to eat strange mushrooms now, and fine. If you don't want to agree to it, then whatever. And he stoppers the flask and continues marching up ahead, clearly upset.
Well, I mean, we could put a drop on it.
Why not just move it? Just let him do it. It's not that big of a deal.
It'd give a lot of confidence to Milo and Silgon.
Yeah, it would actually.
I start thinking in my head, Amber Glow.
I'm enjoying some peace and quiet in the sheath. What
Yes,
do you
I know.
want?
Just want to double check with something real quick.
What question do you have for me, Wilvin?
How upset would you be if one of my brothers decided to toss water at you?
I thought we already had this discussion.
And I did.
The answer is the same.
That's what I thought. No, I'm good. If you guys don't trust me, that's up to you. I still have Moomlia and Sherman.
Velo glances over his shoulder. Clearly your sword has something to hide.
Apparently we all do.
You see Amora shaking her head too, just in disbelief. She follows close behind Milo, as if trying to make a statement.
I just start
as I
heading
see
to the
her
docks.
approach me, I'm gonna hold my bag closer and just not grabbing for anything.
Wow.
She
Racist.
looks at you and raises an eyebrow as you become defensive and back away from you. Clearly hurt by this.
Truly, I mean no offense, young lady, but I don't know who I can trust at this point. You see, Wilvin's been shady, and I'm certain that you don't trust his sword either, but I don't know who I can trust, and especially with this book. You're clearly looking for answers, and you haven't fully explained yourself, speaking that strange language.
She raises an eyebrow at this in confusion.
I say to her, I think he means our sign languages, what we're doing.
Yes, that one. Language used amongst thievish figures, of course. I've read about it, you know.
I'll walk up to him more.
Times.
I'll walk up to him more and go, don't worry about it. You see, fear breeds paranoia, which breeds chaos. So just stay neutral and just loosen up a bit as I head forward.
She nods a few times and just follows behind you guys.
I'll be following close to Milo. Side to side, pretty much. Just kind of on the lookout for any thuggish figures.
I'll stay near the back of the pack.
No, I just read a private message. It's pretty funny. So, you guys head to the darker side of the pier, and you see lights coming from a ship that seems to be stranded on land. You hear music coming from it, and chatter and whatnot. As you approach closer, you can hear the faint playings of a drum and a few instruments. I'm gonna turn the volume down really low and just do this, and as you get closer and closer, you see a bridgeway that leads up onto the main deck, and you see that there are people out on the main deck drinking.
Well, let's give it a look.
I can't hear what it said. What the hell?
Don't worry. I turned it way down.
Okay. So I guess we're just gonna enter this tavern boat thing.
This can only mean the place that he was talking about.
As you begin to go up this long ramp, only one person at a time can go up it. In succession, that is, being that it is too thin. Who is going first?
I'll walk in first.
All right. You begin climbing with your friends behind you shortly after. You make it all the way to the main deck, and you see that there are some sketchy people on this deck. Some enjoying drinks near a table, others standing off in a line nearby, and as you look towards them wondering why they're in a line, make a dex save.
Wait, what?
So Glenn's making a dex save.
21.
You see it coming, this seam of metal flying through the air, and duck your head down just in time as it whizzes by you and lands into a board. You look over there, it is a dartboard, but with two other blades in it, besides the third that was just thrown at you. Clearly he missed his mark as you walk in front of him, and he looks at you. You got in the way! I was about to get my third bullseye! Ah! He walks past you, you can hear the thumping of the deck. As he walks by you, and he just starts prying the daggers out. This is no fair! Ah! And he walks back over to the guy, he's like, pay up! And tosses 10 gold into his hand. Goddamn cheaters, you probably hired that guy to come on the ship at the same time.
Next time you should hit him.
What was that, Wilvin? You starting a brawl here already?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you're companions.
We're going to actually, since it's almost 9 o'clock and somebody already needs to bail, we're going to end it here. As you guys board the ship known as the Low Lantern. All right, how did you enjoy the session?
was
Not
fun.
bad.
Got a lot of
I
progress.
did the things I wanted to do.
For me, Brasher, I'd like you to roll a d6 for me. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Oh, fuck.
We're all gonna die.
Huh?
We're all gonna die.
No, not exactly.
Not yet.